everybody, it's Tori O'Neill, founder of the Mighty Dames, and we're back for another spotlight. And today we are joined by Jada. Hey.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
Anytime. It's dope because we actually just formally met this weekend at Jiu Jitsu.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a common thing with women in jiu-jitsu or jiu-jitsu people in general. You can bypass people for years.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen her around before, but I haven't met her. So it was cool to finally meet you.
You actually competed against my friend, a really good friend of mine, a few years ago at a Copa, I believe. I think it was Copa.
I don't do Copas, so that was not me.
It could have been Copa, New Breed. It could have been.
Yeah. I think
any of those.
It may have been a Naga a while back. That's the only thing maybe
it was Naga.
I don't know if you're aware of this. It's competition is limited for bigger people, so I'm kind of strictly IBJJF at this point now. But
it was a few years ago, and they asked my friend if she wanted to go against Marina Shafir, and then she was like, "Hell yeah, let's do it!" And you guys went against each other, and that's when I remember first seeing you in competition.
Oh, okay, dope. That's cool.
You beat her.
You know what? That's where I remember that because that had been, I think I was at Blue Belt. That had been my fourth or fifth tournament that I signed up for, and no one was there or people refused to move up, and I was like, this is it, I fucking quit, I'm not going back. I'll do it. I was like, thank you, I appreciate you, I'm gonna get this W though because I want a shiny thing, but thank you. but yeah, so what, tell us about yourself a little bit. What's your rank, where are you training out of, when did you get started, why did you get started?
Why? Years ago, my sister started, man, I actually can't even tell you how many years ago, but she had been doing it for probably 3-4 years before I even started. And she was like, yeah, you need a new hobby. You just need a hobby. And I was like, I do. And I always wanted to do jiu-jitsu, watching her do it. So that I started about 8 years ago, and I'm still a blue belt. And I'm training over at Fusion XL.
Okay.
Right now.
So I have to thank your sister for that.
Yes.
Okay. Do you do just jiu-jitsu? Do you do any other martial arts? Do you do the MMA or the kickboxing or any of that? Oh, so you're one of those.
Yeah, I think I have 9 or 10 fights right now. I do MMA, kickboxing, but I probably compete the most in jiu-jitsu for sure.
Okay.
That's
I've seen you in a couple of I've seen a couple of your posters coming around, oh, there she goes again. Yeah.
I'm trying to. I always try to stay as active as possible.
Okay. All right. So the reason I'm having you on here, besides you being a wonderful person, is that you're starting up your own competition. So it's, let me get it right, Submission Grappling Series.
Yeah.
So what drove you to want to start up a competition series?
It's something that I've been thinking about, toying with the idea for a little over a year now. And my friend Mitchell Chamale, who owns Combat Night, we were sitting at a Fight to Win, and we were just chatting, and I worked for him for Combat Night as well. And he was like, man, we can do something like this pretty easy. And I was like, yeah, we should do something like this. And so then, and then a couple weeks went by, and I was like, hey man, what do you think? You think I should just do it? And he was like, yeah, of course, why wouldn't you? And yeah, it kind of just, we started right then and there, and I got the business license and everything, and that's pretty much I've just been focusing on that since then, since February. I think I got my business license in January or February. One of those times flying right now.
Yeah, you made this move and made this kind of work pretty quickly. That's awesome.
Yeah, I figured I train with so many people, and and just getting to compete with so many people and everything, and this is just something that I wanted to do to keep everybody active.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people would do super fights or jiu-jitsu every weekend if they could. It's not like fighting. So yeah, it's just another thing to keep our athletes active.
Yeah, I like that it's like another, like, if you guys don't know, we're in Florida, like it's another Central Florida based thing that's starting to come up, because in general, if you want to go see like a fight card or something like that, you end up needing having to go like to Atlanta, or apparently Jacksonville is going to be the place now, or you have to go down to Miami. So like whenever something is in Central Florida, I'm like, we don't have to travel 3 to 4 hours to get there.
Yes, and man, there's so many athletes right here in Central Florida.
Yes.
We have so many, and so many of them are actively competing and doing really well too. A lot of the athletes that we have on the card right now are, the majority of them are from Central Florida, but we do have a pretty good amount that are from South Florida, because South Florida is like,
yeah. Well, good. Let them travel up for once, damn it. But no, that's really cool. Like you said, like coming out of the COVID bubble that we've all kind of been stuck in, you're seeing like competitions amp up right now. So like you got like just the perfect time to drop one. I think like they're doing a combat night in my town next month, and like I don't know if you know about Leesburg, but ain't shit here. I'll be there. I cannot tell you how like legitimately surprised, and I was like, oh, maybe he means like Leesburg, Virginia, because it's not here. It's literally a 5-minute walk is the venue from my house. So I'm like, I like drove by the other day. It's like, all right, cool. But like you said, that's part of like the growth of Central Florida, like not just jiu-jitsu, but us as like a martial arts area. Like there's a lot of bomb ass training here, and like Florida itself is really starting to like put its name on the map for being a solid jiu-jitsu MMA place. So that's just another competition coming to that. That's like perfect. So your the first competition's coming up next month. So where's it at? Do you have like the specifics, like time, location, all that just yet now?
Yes, we're gonna do it at June 26th at Guilt Nightclub. It's pretty close to downtown Orlando. Excuse me. And it's going to be 3 o'clock, from 3 to 10.
Okay.
That's my window.
Put it in there. Okay.
In there.
Is it gonna be like on mats, or is it gonna be in a cage? How are you doing it?
Oh, it'll be in a cage.
Ah, damn. Okay. I will be on this card, for those of you who didn't know. And this is something that I was wondering this morning. It's like, I swore, like I can't express this enough. I swore that I would never get into a cage for any type of competitive endeavor. And it's an ongoing joke at my gym how like I actively try to talk the guys and the people who want to fight out of fighting. Like, this is not a smart health decision for you. And the fact that I'm going to be the first person of our gym, like since COVID, to actually get into a cage for competition. Oh, that's fucking rich. Okay. Awesome. Dope. Okay. So what's a general rule set? Like what is sub doing? Like what is
so general rule set, sorry.
I did not make that very clear. We're gonna fix that again. Like let me gather my thoughts real quick. Okay, so what is the general rule set for Submission Grappling Series? You don't have to go into depth or anything, but just in general.
We are going to do, it's all no gi. A lot of people asked if there was going to be any gi, but it'll be strictly no gi for all the competitions. And sub only, like true sub only, no draws or ref's decision. It'll be, the overtime is something that we'll explain here soon. Okay. But there will be overtime rule set. So okay. 5 minutes, no gi round, and then overtime.
Okay, dope. Well,
all subs legal.
Okay, cool.
Slams are legal.
Oh, thank you. That was my next question. I love a slam. Like, I'm not big, like I don't care if anyone's like, everyone knows my stance on leg locks. I stand by them. But it helps when you have giant, massive thighs and legs that it's harder for people to snag up. But like slams, I love me a good slam. So that's awesome. Like I looked at your Instagram, like you have a lot of matches. Like this shit's gonna be packed.
I know. I'm like, man, I maybe I should cut some of these matches or let me move some over to the next event. But yeah, we've got. I mean, we have room, we have time,
Yeah.
and we're gonna go through these matches.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be back to back to back
Well,
nonstop
let's be
action.
honest, it's good to have like, it's better to have it like overbooked because like we know how many times things fall through.
Exactly.
So like now, like you're good. There's a lot. Do you know how many matches you have?
At the moment, I'm not gonna go over 35, but
Okay.
I would like to just stay at 30.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
it.
Okay. That's
For
solid.
35, but,
Okay. And tickets are already available, right? People can buy their tickets and
Submission Grappling Series.com, get their tickets.
gotcha. Or if you want to be on Team Tori, you can go to my Instagram and use my link to purchase your ticket. Not that I'm biased or anything, but it's my podcast. But yeah, so our ticket sales going pretty good so far?
They're going great. We sold out of our pre-sale tickets already, and they're moving along. That's awesome. For sure. Actually, more than I expected. I was like, wow, okay. All right, guys, slow down a little bit.
You know what? That's pretty awesome. And like another thing that I once like mentioned, like give you like a high five, even though we've been training you've probably been training longer than me now that I think about it. But like I love not only when women create like a different nook for themselves within jiu-jitsu that's not pure competition. Not that I don't credit competitors, because that's another hard role to go through. But like when you create a gym, make a gym, a team, a competition, or all that. And I like it even more when you're like not a black belt and you're doing it. Because I feel like I kind of felt that way about the Mighty Dames. Is like you kind of feel like you're not allowed to start something unless you've been in here for a bit. And like I said, like clearly you've been training for, like you're a blue belt, like fuck it, I'm gonna make my own. I'm gonna make my own competition series. So that's super dope. We need more people doing that because we just get more diversity and just like more fun shit. So so you mentioned like you're the next cards. Are you planning to do a couple more of these this year?
I think we have to. I think at this point, I don't really have a choice at this point. We've got so many competitors signing up, and with these shows, like we'll have the events that we're doing this summer, and then we'll do another one in a few months. But in between, I would like to have like filler tournaments, like small brackets that we can put together. For competitors that we can do at like a local gym or something like that.
Yeah.
Just to once again just keep everybody active, and I know a lot of people that I've matched on this card personally, and they're like thank you, that's made me just having that has motivated me in my training, and you know what I mean, like everything's changed, and I'm like, good, I'm glad I can help.
You're like, you're welcome. You know what? Some people need that, like that. I'm very much a goal-oriented person. So like a lot of people are just, I mean, let's be honest, Florida don't give no fuck. People have been like ignoring COVID since last year. But like now we're actually like really like getting to the point where people can do stuff safely, especially like more people getting vaccinated and more people just not being as dumb. So like you want something to strive for, but at the same time you have to realize like, ooh, I may not have been training like I should have been training this last year. Understandably so. So like now that's kind of how it was for me. I was like, okay, well, there's a competition coming up and it's literally like 4 days before my birthday. It's like, okay, I'm already going to be in Orlando drinking it up. So have everyone come there and then we'll go continue the party afterwards. So like it helped me. Now I have something to reach forward to before like I have all the other, because we got Florida in general got a row of tournaments coming up. So it's like you're the first one in a line of them. So that's like perfect timing. And see, I see what you did there. It wasn't an accident.
It was not on accident.
So how often do you compete?
Man, as often as I can, really. If this right now is probably the only time period that I've been like, I'm not going to compete until after my event.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm strictly just focusing on this right now because it's my first one and I'm still learning so many new things and like I'm new to this.
Mm-hmm.
And I have luckily I have somebody who's guiding me in
Yeah.
the right direction. And yeah, and I just what was I talking about?
We were saying, how often do you compete?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I had some gummies before this. Okay.
Oh, girl, I got you. You're fine. You're fine.
Like seriously, it like left my brain as soon
But you're
as I was like,
continuously talking. You're like, what am I? It's fine. It's fine. No.
but yes, no, I'm taking a break right now. Even like Jeff asked me to compete at Jiu Jitsu, and I was just like, which I'm actually kind of glad I didn't. I didn't because I wasn't feeling it that day. Like I'm, you know, all my lady problems happened that day, and so I was just like, well, it's a good. Everything happens for a reason, but yeah, I'll probably get back to it in like July, August, looking to do anything super fights, tournaments, maybe an MMA fight or something. Just throw something in there.
Just a little something. No, like Jeff almost got me. I was literally this close to being like, I literally typed out, fuck it, I'm in. Because I was down to ref, which probably should have just competed. It was probably less stressful than fucking refing.
Yo, for real, you was working.
Oh my God. It got to the point where I was like, I'm fucking exhausted. And we got out of the competition at what, like 1 or 2? It was like, it wasn't a long one, but I was fucking exhausted by the end of it. I slept I got home and went right to sleep. But yeah, inexperience. But yeah, I was like this close to being like, it's like, how many girls you got? I ain't been training, but like I got some shit in the reserves, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be one of the bigger girls, so I might be able to size my way up to like at least through a couple matches. And then halfway through me just like reffing, I was like, I am exhausted standing. Yeah, no, I didn't do the competition.
I was tired over here just screaming, coaching and taking pictures, and actually my throat is still sore from screaming. I was like, oh my God, it was loud in there.
It echoed like you would have thought we were at Worlds, how some of these teams were screaming. It was like, it was so crazy. And like I had one parent or one coach just like, he was ready to go, just like yelling at me. I was like, it's okay. And my mom's like, why is he getting so amped up over this? But like all around us, everyone's like, yeah. What the? Okay.
And I thought I was a loud person, and I know I'm loud, like, and I was like screaming, and like my people are like right there, and I'm like in their ears screaming. I'm like, I don't think they hear me.
It's funny because you saw the coaches, like the mat crawlers, who like they started in the chair, now they're on the floor, now one knee is on there. They're just like slowly, their person's like 2 feet away from them. They're like, move, you gotta move. And their person's like completely ignoring them, like has nothing to do. But there was like one match with like the teen. I know we're getting off topics, but like the teen girls who, how like sometimes the younger kids will like stop and like look at their coach. I've never seen at this point, like they both stopped and look at the same coach and they're like looking like this, like, and like everyone's like, go, but they're like a double collar tie, and like one of the coaches yelling, they're like saying her name, and they both look over, they're like, go, what are you doing?
I don't know. They're probably like, who's yelling? Which one?
But no, it was a good energy in there. Like people were ready to,
yeah.
And we're gonna bring that to yours. It's gonna be awesome. I'm just like forewarning you now. I have crazy friends who know nothing about jiu-jitsu. Like my mother will be there. My mother knows nothing about any type of combat sport, but she's a sports person. Like she's like a Kentucky basketball sports. Her, like, she takes her sports very seriously. So she will be there yelling and no idea what she's talking about. So like I will have a very loud, I don't want to say ignorant because I love them, but like a very loud, no idea what they're talking about people. There's gonna be a lot of just, get her! Get her!
Get her! No, not here. I know she's in a cage, but we're not.
Oh God, it's a cage. I'm sorry. I forgot that too. Oh my goodness. But yeah. So for everyone, the links to if you want to buy tickets are going to be in the bio. Yes, it's going to be my link. Fight me. But also we'll put all of the ones for Jada if you want to hit her up on. You don't have Facebook. Is there a Facebook group for it? No.
Okay. I only have capacity for one social media. That's it.
Girl, you got to make the Facebook and then just link them. With the business suites now, it's like I never ever go on Facebook for the Mighty Dames. Everything's linked through my Instagram. Okay. So like if you're like me and you want to like do it the cheap in my personal page on Facebook, 9 times out of 10 it's just my Instagram stuff, and like I'll randomly go on there for extra. So double content, reach it, girl. Okay, I got you. But yeah, all this will be out. Thanks for talking. This is fun. Absolutely. Oh, we'll do how about we'll do like a recap after the event. We'll see how it goes. I love that. Yeah. That'll be fun. All right, thank you. Bye. Yeah, no, that was dope. You're cool as shit. Yeah. But yeah, we'll definitely, I'll hit you back up once we have once it's over. We can do like a wrap up, see how everything goes. But what we can do is like these, like, so with the Mighty Dames, I'm mostly like, it's for like the heavyweight girls, but like with these spotlight things, it's just like any woman. So like whenever you have an event coming up, or like you doing like your mini tourneys or anything like that, and you want some coverage, just hit me up. I'm mostly like, I stalk people like crazy and trying to see who's doing what. And as soon as like, let me see if she wants to do one. So like if you have something planning, you have something coming up, even when you start getting back to like doing your matches, just hit me up and I'll have you on.
Absolutely. I'm down.
Dope. Cool. All right. I'm going to go get me some sushi.